Allow the outpouring of emotions, for you're asked to move into the new earth as a newborn baby, as a clean page with no residue from any dimensional lifetimes that you have incarnated into in order to experience life as a human. The weekend equinox was the gateway. The human race now approach this gateway, and as they stand at it, the threshold of this gateway portals have opened. The influx of love that is immense. There is nowhere to hide from this frequency. As many have channeled and written about the new earth, is held back no longer. There are no more delays, no more holdups. We are no longer practicing for some event. The events are here, now, in this moment. Over the course of the coming linear days, you may experience extreme feelings. You may feel as if the world is collapsing in on itself, and in many contexts it is. For only in dissolving the old can you reach the new. There is no time frame other than right now. Many of you may still be using logic that tries to teach you that the world you wake up in tomorrow will allow you to slowly adjust to the new frequencies. This may be an option for a very small portion of the population, but for those who are here to work with energy and to help the human race, it is no longer an option, and the train agrees. All support this growth and expansion in human form. You may have allowed your logical mind to create a scenario of ascension for you. This will be dissolved by the light of the love that is. Guidance is clearly that from this moment and from this frequency level onwards, there are no more reference points for the human race. Ascension is now and will unfold rapidly across and within. The ascension process will then continue naturally, as the human race have been kept from There are no longer, from the moment ascension unfolds in your human life experience, dimensional timelines, all collapse to strengthen this one. This is the one you chose to experience the process from within. For those of you who have been feeling a buildup or an urge to move forward, this will burst, and the outpouring of emotions will allow for a rapid and accelerated increase in frequency. Many of you have been feeling something is going to happen. Now is when it does. Much like the birth of a baby, the head crowns, there's intense pressure within the mother, and then the pressure is released, and the child bursts fully into the new world. This is the place the human race stands out right now. Balance is the key, and love and compassion for all as the new is birthed in truth, and the residue of 3D Earth is dissolved fully from the human life experience. End of quote. We are getting reports from many across the planet. They are finally feeling real life is opening up for them to connect them into the real reality on the planet. Many who were ready did walk through a door and will now be processing this energy and assisting in bringing heaven to earth. Quoted from Vision Keeper. Ah, yes. It feels as if we have slipped through a new door somewhere along our journey recently. We discovered the key within us, and away we went through the door and out into another world. One almost seemed invincible. And part of me wants to say that with caution, as in the 3D world, that would be dangerous to think such thoughts. With that said, In this new world we just stepped into, being invincible is more a knowing that all will be well, no matter what is flung our way. It is that secure feeling one gets when standing on a firm foundation, steady and sure of where you are. The energies leading up to this pass-through we've just made have been intense in many ways, trying us in all situations, almost as if we had passed the test and were able to pass through the doorway. It seems to me the keys we are being asked to locate as we go along are actually presented to us as we complete each step in our consciousness raising. Do the hard work, dig deep, and make the required discoveries. And the key is yours to open the door to the next stage of creation if we so choose. It always seems the work is hard to get to the next stage, but once there one can feel a lightening up and an ease in moving forward for that moment. Each time the joy increases and one gets further and further away from the hassles of the old paradigm. It becomes less and less important. There is no desire to acknowledge what is going on, except on where you are now and where you are going. And there is no fear or doubt, because you know somehow that all is as it should be and will continue for eternity. It is the giving up the need to know all the answers, for there may not be any. It is accepting things as they are, and accepting that you don't have control over what is, and that is fine. It is fine because you know that you can flow wherever you are carried and remain whole within and at peace. We are vibrating to different frequencies now, pulling new phases of life toward us, incorporating new ways of thinking, embracing new types of people, and new ways of being. It is all new, and yet we are not afraid and no longer cling to what was. Many of these changes are taking place, some of which we may not even notice right away. Sometimes we need to glance back quickly, not linger there, but just take in where we come from. So much fear has fallen away, and a Cheshire cat grin is erupting on so many faces. It comes from the ecstatic feeling of letting go and no longer needing things to be the way they were. It is called freedom, and we are not waiting to get it one day soon. We already have it. We just have to pay attention. Breathe deeply and love who you are and trust where you are going. End of quote. I'm going to read the new moon information, although we already passed it, but it does have some interesting information. The new moon in Libra arrived to us October 4th through the 5th. This new moon reinforced our equinox energies of balance and equality for all. This also gave us another round of intense waves of energy, and we can say, just go with the flow and enjoy the ride. If you are present and along the path, which you can be for sure you are on if you are being present in the moment of now and experiencing synchronistic events, these are your guideposts home into the light. They are the light to guide you home. Quoted from Silesia. Right now is the perfect time to prepare energetically for the next twist in our ongoing roller coaster ride. Radical change continues to be in the air, impacting everyone, and you will want to be empowered as you encounter more unknowns and shifts in circumstances. After all, this is your role as a divine changemaker, bravely standing at the forefront and regularly finding new ways to balance, Speaking of balance, this truly is a quality you will want to discover and embody more over the next few weeks, as challenging planetary cycles continue their dance of bringing light to what's unworkable. Finding equilibrium and peace will be your saving grace. End of quote. All atoms of energy have been called home to the light. And since everything on this planet is made up of these atoms of energy, this is where the entire planet is headed. This is the inevitable destiny, and it's unstoppable. 5D are all atoms of energy's natural state. Everything on this planet is made up of these atoms. And all atoms are aligning to 5D frequency. Surrender is the key now, as the only way out is through. We have shared in a previous update. As we went through this past equinox, acceleration would occur, and indeed it has. Thank you, Train. Decreed by heaven, we continue our intense acceleration as all events in alignment with this part of the divine plan manifest for the highest outcome. All atoms are moving into alignment for a full planetary awakening and for complete peace. This is the divine plan manifesting now on planet Earth, Equal Heart. Remember, loves, we are not in a time linear schedule. We are in a divine one. Thank you for spreading these messages to others and keeping your hearts open and staying tuned in. Just be present and follow the synchronistic events. End transmission, and all love is unconditionally. We are so in love with humanity. Love the Galactic Free Press staff, humanity's Earth allies, the company of heaven, and the First Contact Ground Crew team. We are at your service. All events are inevitable. We love you so.